Off the 2005-2006 season tonight against Loyola-Chicago here at Memorial Coliseum. Welcome everyone to our second season on UPN Fort Wayne. Brad Brown here with Randy Shipman. We all know about Dane Fife, the player. Tonight we got our first taste of Dane Fife, the coach.
Yeah, and you know he's excited. You know the Butterflies are going crazy right now because they're putting in a new offense, new defense, and he's told me many times already, admittedly, they are going to struggle on offense until these guys pick up the motion offense, similar to what they played at Indiana.
Let's talk about tonight's opponent first, Loyola-Chicago. A good program coming in here with a great history and a pretty decent core of players they have this season.
A lot of people may not realize it, but the Ramblers won the NCAA championship back in 1963. The reason I know it's because the school's about 3 miles from where I grew up in Chicago. They have one tremendous player, Blake Schilb, probably going to be the player of the year in the Horizon Conference. He's the preseason pick for that. He's about 18 points a game. He's a guy who could easily score 40 any night. He is going to be a handful. Then they also have another guy, Majak Coe, another one who's picked first team all-league in the preseason. They're picked third in the Horizon, which is a terrific conference with the likes of Butler.
Now we had all these new guys coming in for IPFW this season, but for Coach Fife, it's going to start with the two guys he's got coming back, Quentin Carruthers and Justin Hawkins.
Yeah, Justin Hawkins is going to be counted on to play a lot of defense, just like he did last year. And Quentin Carruthers may not start because Coach Fife may be looking for him as a little spark off of the bench. A very athletic player, probably the most athletic guy on the team.
Real quick, you've spent some time with the team here. Tell our viewers about a couple of these new faces that are going to step up early for the Dons.
Well, there's Big Mo in the middle. He's Edgerich. He's a good defensive player. Offensively, he's going to struggle as well. They've got a lot of quick guards. They got a guy, Jakari Jackson from they got too many new names on this team. It's tough to remember them all. Out of Michigan, all-stater out of Michigan. You got to figure he's going to be good, of course. Fife's got a little pipeline to Michigan right now. But again, it's with the new offense and new defense. Coach Fife knows they have to rely on the defense right now.
And real quick, you've had a chance to talk to Coach Fife over these last couple of weeks. What's going through his head as he gets ready for game one?
Well, this game doubly important, Brad, because not only is it the opener and it's homecoming, but it's against the team from the Horizon Conference. And he has said right up front, teams from the Horizon and from the Mid-Con, the two conferences they're really trying to get in, this is a showcase game for them. They really have a chance to show the rest of the league what they're made of. You know, nice facility, nice crowd, but you got to have the game to go with it.
Okay, we'll see how game number one goes. It's the Dons in Loyola-Chicago. The starting lineups and the opening tip when we come back to the Coliseum. After this, you're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
It's IPFW Mastodon Basketball, live from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. This broadcast is a production of College 56 at IPFW in conjunction with UPN Fort Wayne.
And we are set to go here at Memorial Coliseum with Randy Schiffman, Brad Brown here with you. IPFW in Loyola-Chicago getting set to tip things off. Season opener for the 2005-2006 season for the Dons, and we welcome you here on UPN Fort Wayne, Cable Channel 19 on your Comcast cable system, Cable Channel 7 if you're watching us on Mediacom. Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. Loyola-Chicago coming in. We've got Blake Schilb, one of the top players in the Horizon League this season, and Chris Logan, J.R. Blunt as well are the guards. Up front, Tom Levin, 6'8", and a sophomore, and Kyle Patrick, a 6'9" junior, will be starting at center for second-year head coach Jim Whitesell. For IPFW, and head coach Dane Fife tonight. The Dons coming in with a starting lineup that will probably get shuffled around as the season goes on, but tonight Coach Fife is going to go with sophomore and 4 juniors starting here this evening, and we'll see if we can...
No seniors on the team, Brad.
DeWitt Scott is the lone sophomore, number 3, 6'6" forward. He'll be starting up front there with Justin Hawkins, the young man from Garrett, Indiana. Tyler Best from Lafayette, a transfer in, 6'9". He'll be up front as well, and Quentin Carruthers and Brad Pompey starting at the guards tonight. A couple more juniors.
We saw this a lot last year, Brad. Seems like virtually every team in college basketball now plays 3 guards, two guys up front.
And we will see how that goes. So Loyola takes the opening tip, playing in the road maroon and gold uniforms, as we are off and running here with game number 1 at the Coliseum. And the Dons come out man-to-man on the defense. Tom Levin, the first shot, rolls out, and Best the rebound, and here come the Dons.
Of course, Tyler Best, the younger brother of Travis Best, who folks out there may remember, who played at Purdue.
Tyler start Lafayette Central Catholic High School during his days in the Hoosier High School ranks. Lob inside, and there it goes from Pompey to Q.
That was a play that Coach Fife set up, and you could tell how thrilled he was that it worked. That's a good start to the career, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. The first 2 points, the highlight of the night right now for the Dons as they get the early edge. Loyola working it inside, and aggressive defense the first 2 trips down for IPFW. 3 missed there from Logan. They get the offensive board and another shot.
One of those long rebounds as you so often see on a 3-point shot.
This is Schilb out at the top, one of the top players in the Horizon League this season.
First team all-conference selection going into the season.
Logan with it now. Hawkins has about 3 inches on him defensively. Taking a look inside, 44 Levin and 52 Patrick are their post players. Here's Schilb, little fadeaway hits.
That was a tough shot.
Pretty look there, evens it up to 2 apiece.
Well, the scouting report on him is that he will shoot, and then the third time he'll shoot again.
Averaged just shy of 18 a game last season. As Randy said in our pregame tonight, he had the ability to put points on the board in a hurry. Dons this time, a little deflection out top. Carruthers corrals it. Best.
You're going to see a much different offense out of the Dons this year with no David Simon in the middle anymore. Much more of a motion offense, similar to what they play at IU, of course, for Dane Fife play.
Learn from where you came from. So the Dons with their first miss. Schilb at the other end. There's a 3. He's got the hot hand early.
And again, he's not shy about putting the ball up.
So he puts the first 5 on the board for the Ramblers. They take their first lead of the contest. And Pompey gets a little room as his defender fell, but the rebound taken away by Levin. Loyola trying to push now. Logan gets it to the middle, and they'll bring it back up. Here goes Schilb again. Patrick for the first time down low. Best defense there.
Patrick, another of the many players in the NCAA right now from Australia. Like Andrew Bogut, who was the #1 pick out of Utah last year.
Ben Allen down with the Hoosiers, of course, also from down under, and going down under that time is Tom Levin, the big man from Wisconsin. It's 7 in a row on the scoreboard for Loyola.
Dons need to clamp down on the defense. As we talked about in the pregame, their offense is going to struggle, and they know they have to be good defensively to have any kind of a chance.
Best worked his way down there, but his shot was blocked by Patrick. Schilb on the break now, goes to Logan. We're seeing both of those big men stepping out there to the top of the perimeter. Schilb handling it well. First shot from J.R. Blunt misses. Justin Hawkins gets his first board.
The Dons will try to run some this year, too. If they have the break, they will push it.
Pompey and Carruthers running the show out at the top right now. Here goes Q on the drive, up and through and under, and can't get it to go. 3 defenders down there that time.
I think he was looking for the foul there, Brad.
Got caught up in some heavy traffic and could not convert. So here's Schilb on the post again, gets a double team. Logan, 3 at the top, hits.
Way too open, and Dane Fife calling a quick timeout on that one. He's not going to wait for the TV timeout.
So 10 straight points for the Ramblers, and Coach Fife takes a 30-second timeout. So the Dons get that good start with the first play, but then as you said, it's going to be about the defense early on here, and the Ramblers are getting some good shots.
Yeah, and you know, the Dons, like you just said, they got that dunk to get everything going. The crowd's fired up, the team is fired up, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 you're down 10-2. So much for the 2-point dunk to get everything going and get the crowd riled up.
So 4 straight misses for the Dons after that first make. 4 out of 8 to start things off for Loyola here in the first 3.5 minutes.
Downs getting pounded on the boards right now, 6-2, and a couple of offensive boards for the Ramblers, which have helped them get a couple of extra baskets.
Not really a huge size advantage for Loyola. 11 up front at 6'8" seems to be kind of the odd man out right now.
Yeah, I think we'll see big Mo Essinger in there pretty soon. He can take up some room on the inside and play some defense. And defense and rebounding, again, going to be keys for this team.
6'11", 225, going to be coming off the bench at some point for Coach Fife. Kept an eye on Coach during the national anthem. He never stopped fidgeting for a single note, so you can tell he's excited and anxious and all sorts of things as we get into game 1 here tonight.
A lot of guys will tell you it's tougher being a coach than whenever they played, because as a player you have a little more control over the game. As a coach, you don't have that much, really.
A lot of standing and watching and waiting and hoping. Work it inside, shot fake up, but miss on Scott's opportunity. Here come the Ramblers once again.
Some of the shots really haven't been bad by IPFW. They're just not falling.
Getting some decent looks early. And again, Coach Fife has stressed with us in his preseason preparation as the Dons force a turnover that the offense is, Randy said many times, a work in progress. But we get to our first timeout. 15:51 to go, 10-2. The Ramblers lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Back at the Coliseum, 10-2. Ramblers leading the Dons after that first field goal, Randy. The IPFW offense has gone cold.
He has 0 for 5 after the first one, while the Ramblers are shooting 4 out of 8. Also 7-2 in rebounding and 3 assists already for the Ramblers.
Something that stands out early, though, we'll keep an eye on. No turnovers yet for the Dons. They're taking care of the basketball, and I know it's going to be important as they try and kind of feel their way through this first game.
And they want to force a few. They forced one so far, just a bad pass right before we went into the commercial break.
So they'll bring it back down and see if they can break this scoring drought. Best on the post, backs it in. Nice little move. Blocked right there. A little contact from Patrick.
Again, he's getting a 3-foot shot.
Getting a good look in there, but he's got quite a load to handle with the 6'9", 250 center from Australia on him.
That's not tiny either at 6'9", 240.
That's true. A good matchup for both of those guys. We'll work it back inside to Patrick at the other end. He hits the deck, took a step.
Nice double team there by Justin Hawkins. Came over to help. You're going to watch on when the Dons switch now. If it's a small guy, they want to keep switching. You know, for instance, if a guard sets a pick for another guard or a smaller forward sets a pick for a guard, then the guys will switch. But if it's a big guy setting a pick, then you got to fight through it. That's the way he wants to play this.
Loyola with the first substitution. Jack Coe, one of the other stars of their team that we talked about, is into the contest. He wears number 24 in the maroon.
Another preseason all-conference pick.
Scott misses. Best in there had a hand on the rebound and tipped out by Patrick, so the Dons will get another chance.
Again, not bad shots. In the exhibition against Huntington, the Dons fired a lot of threes, especially in the first half, and they hit a bunch early and then went stone cold. You know how it is, Brad. Sometimes you make some threes early and you fall in love with the three and you don't work the ball inside.
Saw some of that from last year's lineup. We'll see what comes out of that here in game number 1. Back to the other end for Loyola. Logan stops, pops, and hits.
Very quick.
Good look there for Chris Logan, 6-foot senior. The lone senior starting for either team tonight. In fact, the only senior in either lineup.
That wasn't bad defense. That was just good offense.
And the turnover. Carruthers lost the ball in a double team.
Trying to do a little too much by himself there. Getting a little frustrated right now.
3 misses there. Shot by Coe, his first opportunity.
Coe's another one who said, on the scouting report, he looks to shoot every time he touches the ball. You can tell he didn't look to pass there.
Yeah, he heaved that one up in a hurry. 2 out of 5 from three-point range, but Coe gets the steal here.
I think he's going to shoot it.
Pompey trying to stop him, but Coe with a nice finish.
14-0 run right now by the Ramblers.
So the Dons got that first dunk early and have gone more than 5.5 minutes without a point now, and they had an opportunity there as Hawkins got through. Found Scott underneath, but fouled before that.
Scott was wide open, but Hawkins really got bodied up. They had 2 guys on him, which was surprising they got fouled there.
Here come the subs for the Dons. Essinger is number 34, the 6'11 junior. Seeing Jakari Johnson as well, number 2, and Kyle Savely, the freshman from Corydon, Indiana, number 12, his first appearance.
Savely is going to remind you a little of Jason Williams, the Jason Williams who plays for the Miami Heat now.
Okay.
Flashy ball handler, real quick. You know, maybe a little Steve Nash in him too.
He was an all-stater at Corydon. Good high school player. Looking for Essinger. I don't know if Mo knew he had that one coming to him.
Mo needs to work a little on catching the ball. I know that sounds funny, but a lot of big guys just don't catch the ball that well.
So a little bit shuffle of the lineup for Coach Fife. We'll see what he comes up with here for this next stretch of minutes.
Another thing to stress, this is basically an entirely new team, and these guys, it's going to take a few games till they get used to playing with each other. Sure, they've been practicing for a month. The practice is nothing like a game.
3 by 11 miss, trying to push now. Savely, little hop step. Gets it over there to Scott. He drives baseline, hit the deck, and that'll be a travel.
Thought he was going to get bailed out with a foul there for a second, but the ref saw another way.
We saw just a little bit of hop step from Savely there, so I can see what you're talking about with the little shake and bake there. Be exciting to keep an eye on him on the break when he gets the opportunity. Ramblers come back now. 14-2 the advantage. Just about 7 minutes gone here in the first half. Logan there and hits another 3.
Problem is the Dons have now gone about 7 minutes without scoring a basket, and there's a turnover by Savely.
Gave one up there and ball out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table.
Went off of Jakari Johnson's foot.
J.R. Blount back in for Loyola. Carruthers will re-enter for IPFW.
I know Coach Fife said that they're going to struggle offensively, but I don't think he thought they'd struggle this much.
8 straight misses after that first 2 points.
And most of those have been close shots. They're not jacking up three-pointers.
Yep, have some good shots underneath. In fact, no threes taken yet by the Dons in these first 7 minutes. But Loyola has found their range early, 54% clip from the field. A loose ball inside, another turnover. Savely on the rush. Taking a look up the middle. He'll take it himself. Looking for Essinger again. A little too hot on the pass.
That wasn't a bad pass. That ball hit him in the hands. You got to catch that one. The first one, it was a little close quarters, but that one, I think he had plenty of room to catch it.
Savely a little disappointed with himself on that turnover. Loyola coming back now. Don sticking with that man defense. Here's Coe with it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see much zone out of the Dons.
Leon Young underneath, can't get it. There's Essinger with the board.
Very good defense. He made him change that shot.
Carruthers on the move, takes it up strong and got it. Savely the assist.
Well, he needed that one just to make sure that basket still works.
So almost 9 minutes, almost 8 minutes rather, the Dons go, but they get on the board here about the 12-minute mark, 17-4.
You know, Brad, sometimes when you don't have a very good set offense yet, you got to try to push it up and take advantage of scoring in transition when the other team can't set up its defense.
Coe another miss, and Essinger another board, and here comes Savely again. Numbers not in his favor. He'll take it right in there. Up too hard with that one.
Good move, bad shot.
A little wild on that shot, but a good move to the basket.
Now, sometimes you're surprised when you get by and you're not concentrating on making the shot.
Logan stops again. That's the second time he's done that. This
that
time
is a tough shot.
From 18 feet away. That's nice
It's
for the Ramblers.
Jordan-esque with a little fade on it.
It's 19 on the board for the Ramblers. Logan with 10 of those 19 points already. Double figures here in the first 8.5 minutes.
Nobody's moving right now. Savely not happy.
Hawkins with a 3. Got it. Needed that one. And Justin Hawkins on the board.
And I'd like to see him shoot more. We talked about that all last year. He's got a good shot, but a lot of times he's just hesitant to take it.
6'6" junior from Garrett, Indiana.
Savely playing defense with his hands there, not with his feet. You got to get your body in front of somebody. You just can't swipe at the ball like that.
So he'll be called for the hand check foul. That'll bring us to another timeout. 10:50 on the first half clock. Loyola with a 19-7 edge. We'll take a break. This is IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Everybody, Don's trailing at 19-7 right now, 10:50 to go in the first half. Struggling on offense, but they've made a couple of plays work. Quentin Carruthers, the offensive star so far, with a dunk to start the game. Then a nice drive for two more. Justin Hawkins with the three-pointer. The Dons have only attempted one three-pointer by Hawkins and made it, but a very chilly 3 out of 12 right now, while the Ramblers 8 out of 16, 3 out of 7 from threes.
Chris Logan leading the way for the Ramblers. 4 out of 5 for Logan, colluding a couple of threes. He's got 10 of those 19 points as they put it back in action. Coming up upon the halfway mark of the first half. Working back inside, Leon Young is number 34. Essinger, another nice defensive play for Big Mo.
Telling you, he can be a force inside.
6'11", he's got some long arms too.
But he walked there. He picked up the foot before he put the ball on the ground.
Thought about a shot, I think, out here at the top, perhaps.
I'm glad he thought about it and didn't take it. Again, you know, Coach Fife was really honest during our first Dane Fife show the other night, which you can also see on the UPN Wednesday nights. Said a lot of these guys, if they were a more complete player, they wouldn't be playing at IPFW. And he said, like with Mo Essinger, he said if he had better hands, he'd be at a big-time school.
Well, there's Coe getting inside and scoring his second field goal. So the lead goes back to 14 points for the Ramblers.
By the way, if Coe has an assist tonight, see if your feet start getting cold.
That would be over-under of 1 for the assist numbers if you're taking any wagers.
Or are we going to put it at a half?
There you go. Essinger inside gets bumped from behind in the post by Patrick. Team foul number 3 on the Ramblers.
They haven't made an appearance yet, but a couple of interesting names on the Ramblers. Pierre Parker, his big brother Tony, point guard for the world champion San Antonio Spurs.
And significant other of Ava Longoria.
Yes, that's true. And Dave Tellender, his uncle Rick, former writer for Sports Illustrated. He's now a columnist for the Chicago Tribune, and the Hawk makes it 2 out of 2 from three-point land. Let's hope he keeps shooting. That'll open up the offense on the inside, too.
Justin's second field goal, both from outside the perimeter. 6 of IPFW's 10 points. Inside again, Essinger gets beat that time by Young.
You know, Brad, it's the two returners, Hawkins and Carruthers, who have all 10 points for the Dons. And I think right now, with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half, Coach Fife would just like to get this around 10 points or under when they go into the break. That's manageable.
Essinger takes it in, gets fouled. Good little move by Mo on the left block.
Did you notice there, you saw the strong move by Mo, but you didn't see the strong shot. He made a real strong move, and then he was very hesitant when he put the ball up. Got to take that strong to the glass.
What he did do is draw the second foul on Patrick, so the big 6'9", 250 junior could be headed to the bench here. Just under 10 minutes to go in the half.
First free throws of the season.
So Muhammad Essinger, 6'11 junior from Sarasota, Florida. No friendly roll on that one.
Played at Hillsborough Community College in Tampa, another place where I used to live.
It's a little warmer down there.
The ball out there.
A little warmer than it is there than here right now.
Hey, it was 50 today, not too bad.
All right, well, we'd take 50 over the 30 and change that we've had around here. Second free throw, can't get it. Close up
on those shots.
Good looking free throw for the big man, so he'll get him to go as we get going here. Cut up on the 9-minute mark of the first half. Inside again, Young a little too deep, trying to muscle his way back, and he did.
They called it. That's good.
Essinger again on the defense. Coach Fife.
He's got to love
giving him a shout.
He's been great on the defensive end so far, rebounding, getting in the way, changing shots, forcing a turnover right there. That was a definite shuffle of the feet. They're so much better about calling that now. It's unbelievable. The last couple of years of making it a point of emphasis, that and palming the ball. Good fake right there.
Pompey got caught in a double team, though. Essinger with it, tried to get rid of it. Ball still loose. On the floor, good hustle by Essinger.
And there's one of those inexperienced moves there by Essinger. He got double teamed and he didn't know where the open man was. Found him too late. By the time he made the pass, someone had covered the passing lane.
Picks up his personal foul. Just a second on the Dons. Best back in. He will replace Essinger. So a good couple of minutes for Essinger to start things off. Dons back to their starting 5 on the floor now. Nice double team again. Working it out at the top. Now here's Schilb.
He walked.
He has just 5 points early, and caught up inside there was Blount.
Now that's the walk that they almost never used to call, when you pick up the foot before you start the dribble after you've established the pivot foot.
Starting to trickle down to the high school game even now. They're starting to use those 3 officials more in the high school
games. If they had
games.
called that in the NBA when Pat Ewing was playing, I don't think he ever would have scored a point.
Would have averaged 0.0. Pompey is double teamed out top, trying to draw the 5 count. He gets rid of it, but turns it over. Now here's Schilb on the push. Little one-on-one, and there's that palming. Good call, and you made that point earlier.
And there's the point when they have to call palming, because when you're guarding a guy and he's coming at you and he turns the ball over like that, it's your tendency as a defender to relax, because you know he can't dribble the ball by you because he has to stop and pass now. And when he continues to dribble, that's when they really have to call the palming.
So Hawkins forcing that turnover with his defense. 6 turnovers for the Ramblers, 8 for the Dons right now. Both teams gone a couple of minutes without scoring here. So we're under 8 to go in the first. Kickball inside. I think that's going to bring us to another timeout. 7:52 on the first half clock. 23-10 on the scoreboard. Loyola with the lead. Back after this break. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Half action continuing here at Memorial Coliseum. Brad Brown and Randy Schiffman here with you on UPN Fort Wayne. Season opener for the Dons against Loyola of Chicago. Of course, they play in that Horizon League we talked about earlier. Butler, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wright State, Youngstown State, some of their conference rivals.
And geographically, IPFW is in the perfect position to get in that league. And that's a really good league. I know they've talked Mid-Con too, and they think they have a better chance of getting in the Mid-Con, but the Horizon is a far superior conference.
The other thing
in my
that could
opinion,
work out well they would be the 10th team in that conference, and I know conferences are always looking for that nice round number. 3 again for Pompey.
Very nice form right there by Pompey. He hit a couple of threes in the exhibition against Huntington.
So Randy talked about a 10-point deficit, and that's where we are at now.
3-pointers keeping the Dons in this game right now. They're 3 out of 3 from three-point land, Brad. Only 2 out of 12 from inside the arc.
Oftentimes the great equalizer.
And there's Cole. I don't pass the ball. I mean, I thought I didn't pass it very much, and he makes me look like Steve Nash.
Don's on the break. Scott can't convert, and you don't pass a lot. That's true.
But I admitted it.
That's good.
There was another one. Scott was on the break. He didn't take it strong to the glass. Got to finish. If you take it strong to the glass, you're going to get fouled. That is a brutal shot to take right there.
Schild put it off the back rim, and here comes Pompey on the push. Takes it, little crossover move, and he'll come out. Carruthers now is going to dump it down to Hawkins. Baseline, can't get it. Tipped back out, and Young the rebound.
That's a good shot, though. Nice play by Carruthers. He dribbled, penetrated, made the defense come to him, and shot it right out to the open man, and Hawkins hadn't missed before that.
Dons would not be disappointed to see Hawkins getting a few looks like that as the night goes on.
His role's definitely changed this year. He's going to be looked upon to score some.
Down to 6.5 minutes to go here in the first. Levin inside, can't get it.
Good defense again by the Dons. The defense hasn't been too bad after that first spurt by the Ramblers, where, again, Carruthers gets that dunk on the opening play, and they just seem so pumped that they relaxed.
Then it was another 8 minutes before IPFW scored again. 3 for Hawkins. Can't get that one. And all
wide open is Coe.
Way out ahead, and he'll take it up for the jam. Great outlet pass, the length of the floor. I think that came from Schild.
Coe did the right thing, though, because Hawkins was his man, and as soon as the shot went up, Hawkins was in the corner. He released. That's what they teach you to do. Nice pass.
Looking for Best inside. He can't handle it, but tipped out by Coe.
Coe came over on the backside to give a little help. We have a Jelko sighting.
Jelko Edgerich coming in for the first time as Justin Hawkins gets his first break, the 6'9 sophomore from Split, Croatia. Saw just very limited playing time last season, but here he is making an early entrance in the opener.
5 seconds.
Best got it in at about 4 1/4. Here's Carruthers, nice little move through traffic, drew the foul.
Might have gotten away with the walk there because he may have been fouled before he walked.
We'll see if they call it on the way. Yes, so it'll be out of bounds. Foul before the shot. Team foul number 4 on Loyola.
Nice crossover move there by Carruthers.
Something we saw him do a lot last season, and it's just the kind of move that he's got.
He told me this season, too, that he finally feels 100% healthy after that shoulder surgery from a couple of years ago. He said he never felt totally confident in it last season.
You could see that as the season went on last year. Just a little tentative at times. Best with it out at the arc. Taking it in, little spin move. Too much on that shot. Good opportunity for Best, but a little more than he wanted to handle right there. Pull up 3 for Logan, no. Tip in underneath, and here comes Pompey for the rebound.
On some of those post-up moves, Best has to look to pass the ball out of there once in a while.
Carruthers reels it in. He'll set it back to Pompey to run the offense. DeWitt Scott taking a look. Best again.
Scott can hit the 3, too. He hasn't tried one yet. There's
nice little pass to Edgerich from Best. Good move.
That's what I'm talking about there, Brad. You got to dish it off once in a while.
Good little cut to the hoop, and Loyola coach Whitesell taking a 30-second timeout. So the Dons back within 10. Coach Fife and the boys fired up over there.
And just the opposite of what we talked about earlier, Brad. Coach Whitesell taking the timeout because he wants to make sure his team goes into the locker room more than 10 ahead because they've been up by 10 most of the game.
They pulled out with that 17-0 run after the opening dunk and had a 15-point lead. That's their biggest margin here in the first half. IPFW athletic tickets. Of course, we got a busy season here at Memorial Coliseum and also women's basketball action and men's volleyball over at the Gates Center. Call 481-6000 or log on ipfw.edu/athletics for more information. We had men's volleyball right here tonight a little earlier.
Played the number 2 team in the country. Long Beach State played them last night too. You know, there are some good basketball games coming up in the Coliseum this year. Valpo on Wednesday. Hey, night before Thanksgiving, that's a good one. Valpo always good. That's a mid-con team. And of course, this school from South Bend is coming here in December. You may have heard of them, Notre Dame.
The week before Christmas, December 18th. Of course.
By the way, their football program's back if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, they played football today too. That's right. Valpo, our next one here coming up on Wednesday night. Inside for Young. Can't convert, but he will go to the line after drawing the foul.
I'll tell you what, he was really backing into Best there. And I think Coach Fife, who was a Defensive Player of the Year at IU for the Big Ten, you know, that's pretty good. Is telling Best that he really has to hold his position. He can't let the guy just back him down like that.
Coach Fife having a little conference right there on the sideline with Best. It's very natural for Coach Fife to focus on defense because as the IU fans and really college basketball fans will know from his last couple of years at IU that Dane Fife was pretty much strictly known for his defense.
Yep. He was a big scorer in high school. He was Mr. Basketball in Michigan in 1998, which isn't that too long ago. It's not too long ago.
Just a young buck.
He can hit the threes, though. He hit a lot of big threes his senior year.
Did. Had a nice shot as well, you bet. So the first free throw no good for Young.
Nobody's made a free throw tonight.
0 for 2 for the Dons, and there's the first one for
the reverse jinx.
Always works. 26-15. We're under 5 minutes here in the first half.
Wouldn't be surprised right now if the Dons run a play to try to get somebody open for a three-point shot.
Or just take one. Pompey can't get it.
Look at Carruthers get up.
Q with the big leap. Can't hang on, but the Dons will get it back.
But just his getting up and getting a hand on the ball forced the Ramblers to knock it out of bounds, gives the Dons another shot with a new shot clock.
So it'll be Pompey to trigger in. And gets it back. Carruthers there to bring it in.
Coe almost had a steal. And he knew if he stole it, he didn't have to pass because he would have been dribbling all by himself.
All by himself. Back into Edgerich again.
Wide open.
Scott for three. Can't get it. Levin with the rebound.
Didn't have a good follow-through on that shot.
Here comes Schilb on the push. One-on-one with Carruthers. Good matchup here. Spin, baseline, short. Good D for Q.
Tell you what, Brad, the Ramblers, every one of their players from the guards to the big guys, they're all very physical. They really all like to post up and push guys around.
A lot of banging down at that end of the floor as Loyola gets into their offense. And here's Carruthers, finds himself
great
lane.
move.
Nice
that
drive.
is a great crossover. Q's having a terrific game. No surprise, really, to see the two holdovers leading the team right now.
6 points down. The Dons get it down to 9. 26-17 as we go under 4 minutes.
That's the closest it's been in, what, about 14 minutes?
Since
12 minutes?
Early in the half. And
another turnover.
Trying to save it. Edgerich had it, lost it. Still loose. Ramblers get it in the corner, and Young ends up with it. Wide open. Can't convert. Tip. Good for Levin.
Now that's one that really hurts. The Dons could have had that ball twice. They give it back. Guy misses an open shot and just a wild tip in. Boy, so you get that ball back, a three-pointer, you maybe cut the lead down to 6. Now you're looking at 11.
Yeah, potentially a 4 or 5 point turnaround. See if they can convert it the other end. Edgerich, baseline, off the front rim. Young up with another board.
Don's had a good drive and dish there.
Don's under 30% shooting here in the first half. 3 minutes to go. Schilb can't get the roll. Pompey the board.
Schilb, a very quiet 5 points, and he had them all early. Logan, one of the guys who you don't expect to score with the 10, that's really been the difference right now.
He lit it up during that run early in the half. It's been pretty quiet since. Best.
Let's see if he passes it.
And they're going to call the bump before he gets a chance to. So Young picks up the personal. That'll bring us to another timeout. 2:39 to go in the first half. Don's down 11. We'll be back with the rest of the first half after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
T-shirts at the Coliseum. Take cover in the front row.
And we just learned something that former Mayor Paul Helmke, he's a much better arbiter than receiver. Boy, hands of stone there, Paul. Hands of stone.
Fumbled it on the 5-yard line. Good crowd at the Coliseum here for the opener tonight. A pretty fair turnout for game number 1.
And since it was 17-2, the Dons have outscored the Ramblers
15-11 over the course of about the last 10 minutes or so.
This last 2:39 going to be key, though. Again, mentioned it early. As soon as the Dons started falling behind by double digits, you want to get it underneath 10 as you go into the locker room.
And they have the basketball here with a fresh shot clock to start things off. There's Savely and Pompey. He'll put up a 3. Needs that one. Can't get it. Good opportunity there. Maybe not exactly the shot they were hoping for out of that
Savely
timeout.
lucky he didn't get called for a foul in the backcourt, and coaches hate that. When a little guy's fouling the rebounder 90 feet away from the basket. Can't score there. Wide open underneath.
Young lost his man and gets 2 more.
That's one of those picks I was talking about earlier, Brad. When it's a big guy getting picked, he's got to fight through that and stick with his man. You can't expect a little guy to stick with him. So Edgerich had to fight through that pick, and he wasn't able to get through it.
Leon Young with 5 points and 5 boards. So we're under 2 minutes now.
5 seconds almost on Savely there.
And close to a couple of 5 counts way out here away from the basket. Loyola really cinching up the defense here. Some hands on the drive to Savely.
The refs haven't been that busy tonight.
Foul on Blount. Team foul number 6 as Essinger comes back in for Edgerich.
E for E.
Good to say that too many times fast this season.
You don't want them playing together because if one passes to the other, we're dead.
We'll never get it. Somebody.
It's Mo to Z.
That's good. We'll take it. And Mo on the inbound here. Gets it to Hawkins.
Thought Hawkins might fire that 3 there, but he missed his last couple, so now he might be getting a little shot.
Hawkins and Carruthers with 6 each leading the Dons. Savely caught a double
Into
team.
the double team.
Got it away to Scott though. Had Essinger open. Pull up. It called for the travel.
Just slid his foot a little. He didn't pick it up, but it did slide.
Had a nice shot there, but called for the turnover prior to that. 9 turnovers for the Dons, 6 for the Ramblers, as we have a minute and a half remaining here in the first. DJ Posley coming in for the Dons for the first time. 6'3", freshman from Hazel Crest,
Out of
Illinois.
Illinois, very highly recruited. I think a lot of him coming in.
So
Another guy a little on the thin side.
Another one of that freshman class Coach Fife has. Schilb from 17 hits.
That time he squared up his body.
Blake Schilb with 7. The leading scorer returning for Loyola.
First 2 that he's had since first, 2 minutes of the game?
Since early in this one. Lead back to 15 as we come upon the final minute of the first half.
Dons have gone cold again.
Hawkins again. 3 at the top. That's the shot he's been enjoying all night.
Hawkins, 3 out of 4 from three-point land, 3 out of 5 on the night. 9 big points for Hawkins.
And he's hit a couple from that spot right at the top of the circle. 40 seconds now. Cut to the basket. Essinger.
Late whistle there.
Got a block. Scott was in there as well, but it'll be Mo with the foul and 2 shots for Loyola. As it was Blount cutting to the basket hard.
Mo got there just a little late, and sometimes if you're standing right under the basket, like they do in the NBA, they're not going to give you a charge there.
Second personal on Essinger. So it looks like Best will replace him between the free throws so as not to pick up number 3. Free throw good for Blount, his first point of the contest.
Tell you what, Leon Young, they list him at 6'6". He just came out of the game. He's probably about 6'4", but he plays like he's about 6'9", 6'10".
Big boy there, 6'6", listed at 235. He looks every bit of that. 2 for 2 on that free throw trip. So 34-20.
Dons can almost play for 1, just 3 seconds different on the shot clock and the game clock.
Yep, 30 on the game, 27 on the shot.
But they're not playing for 1. Now I would take it out and play for 1.
Scott after the rebound, fouled underneath. Pompey had the drive initially and couldn't convert.
I think Coach Fife was wondering about that himself. You know, it still feels a little funny to say Coach Fife and not be thinking about his dad.
You spent quite a bit of time with him here these last couple of weeks between previews and the big Dane Fife show, so you have to settle into that.
Like he told me, he goes, I'm 26, but I feel like I aged a little more in the last few weeks.
He might feel 40 by the end of this, but that would be natural for any coach in any situation, good, bad, or otherwise.
Dons still haven't hit a free throw, 0 out of 3.
Essinger missed a pair earlier. Scott came up empty on his first opportunity. 25.3 on the game clock.
Those are points you're just giving away.
DeWitt Scott, 6'6", and a sophomore from Chicago. Second opportunity coming here. And look good on that one.
Now, by the way, Mo Essinger, when he was leaving junior college, it was between IPFW and Loyola as for where to play. So.
And here he is in Fort Wayne. We wind it down to the final 15 seconds here of the first half.
They're going to play for one.
Playing for the
Unless
last
Coe
shot.
gets it, because then he's just going to shoot.
Well,
And he's got the ball.
It. 10 seconds. Now 7. Shield with it.
Passed.
Down to 5. 3 now. Shield from 18. Got it with 1 second to go.
That is a dagger right there.
3 just before the buzzer. And as it stands, Loyola will take their biggest lead of the game to the halftime locker room at 37-21. So a good look for Shield there at the buzzer. He and Logan with 10 apiece for Loyola. We'll take a 16-point lead to the break. And we'll take a look at some of the numbers when we come back. Volleyball coach Arnie Ball joining us as well when we come back to the Coliseum. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Pizza! Pizza! Must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
And we are back here at Memorial Coliseum, 37-21, Loyola leading IPFW with the half. Brad Brown here with you. Randy Schiffman has our halftime guest tonight, and it is men's volleyball coach Arnie Ball. Let's go to Randy right now.
Coach, you guys don't start your season for a little over a month, but you played a couple exhibitions the last couple days against Long Beach State, #2 team in the country. What'd you learn about your guys?
Well, we're real happy with our guys. Obviously, we lost 2 matches to Long Beach, but you know they've got 2 first-team All-Americans on their team, and we've got 1 senior starting in Sadar. So you know we knew that we were going to be a little maybe outgunned this early in the year, but we like some of the things our kids did in the last 2 days.
Well, at least now you don't have to worry about your kids, and I mean this seriously, being overconfident going in, because from everything I hear, you got a pretty good squad there this year, my man.
Well, we think we have a real good group of kids. We're pretty athletic. We've got a real nice setter and a kid from Canada, and a transfer young man from Finley who's going to be a great player. So we're excited about the possibility of having a really good season come January.
Is this maybe a little more balanced team this year? Because last year you had Matty Zbyszewski, and people knew he was going to get the ball. Maybe he's going to be spread around a little more this time?
No question about that, Randy. We have at least 4 or 5 kids that can bring some heat at the net, and we've got some depth. It's the first year we've really had some depth on this team. We got 2 setters and 4 middles right now, and 4 outsides and a couple opposites. So we're pretty excited about getting started in January.
And I know last year the big problem was, admittedly, at center, because you thought you had one, then he decided not to come back, and it left a big hole in the lineup, and that's got to be like losing a quarterback for a football team.
It's like the point guard on the basketball team or the quarterback on the football team, and Colin is a very quality young man. He's a junior college transfer kid, so he's not a freshman coming right out of high school, and we're excited about his athleticism.
I know we were just talking about over the summer, your son Loy, who 3 times in the Olympics, he's played a pretty good 2 or 3 matches in his career, and also Jeff Patak, who's been playing overseas, worked out with the guys. What do they learn from guys like that?
Well, I think it's part of a maturity factor. You know, those guys didn't get good just in a very short period of time. You know, Loy and Jeff and Matty, all those guys have been playing a long time. So our kids need to learn from those guys some patience and the work ethic that it takes over time to become that kind of level of player.
Perusing your roster, I couldn't help but notice that you got a guy from the North Pole, Alaska. So is he like putting on SPF 50 right now?
Well, I'll tell you what, he is from North Pole and he works for Santa Claus, and that's a true story. I'm not making that up.
And he looked like he's a player too, though.
You know, he's a very athletic kid. He's a very good kid in school, and we're just glad to have him down here. I think he's glad to be here too, by the way.
So now, do you maybe take a little time off before the season starts, let the kids rest up a little?
Yeah, we just finished our 6-week training that we're allowed to do in the fall, and we'll take next week off, then come back and continue to train physically and do our individual training until finals, and then start full bore the very first part of the year.
Your conference has been one of the best in the country the last few years. How do you see it shaping up this time?
Boy, it's going to be some wonderful matches. I think that us and Ball State and Ohio State and Loyola will be really pretty even across the board, and it should be some great volleyball this winter.
And Ball State, I know that's one that everybody always looks forward to. Is that match? When is that match already? Because I'm sure people want to mark that on their calendar.
You know, it's in February. I don't know the exact date, but I know it's in February.
And I know it always means a little extra to you with the alma mater, doesn't it?
I love playing against them, and I know they love playing against us, and that's what college sports is all about.
Okay, Arnie Ball, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing the Volley Downs play, and maybe a Final Four this year.
Well, no predictions, but we'll give it our best shot for sure.
All right, Brad, let's go back to you at the desk.
Okay, very good, Randy. Thanks a lot, and thanks to Coach Ball for joining us here at halftime tonight, 37-21, as we get things going on our halftime break here. IPFW down by 16. We got stats and more coming up when we return to the Coliseum after this break. You're watching IPFW basketball on UP at Fort Wayne.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Halftime at Memorial Coliseum, Loyola-Chicago 31, IPFW 21. Brad Brown and Randy Shipman back here with you for our Season 2 premiere on UPN Fort Wayne. And Randy, as we take a look back at this first half, the first 15 seconds were outstanding for IPFW. Then it was a little downhill from there, and then up until the final 2 minutes, a pretty good half.
Yeah, after a 2-0 lead on the dunk by Quentin Carruthers off a set play on the first possession for the Dons, 17 straight points by the Ramblers. That's not a good thing. That's just not a good thing. And then when the Dons got it close, cut it to 9 at the end, and the Ramblers go on an 11-4 run to make it a 16-point lead at that.
That puts together our 16-point margin. We take a look at some of the numbers from the first half here. The glaring statistic, I suppose, could be IPFW's field goal shooting at only 30%, give or take. But for the most part, you know, the other thing that really stands out is the fact that Loyola, for the most part, that half shot a little bit over 50%.
Yeah, and, you know, rebounding was really bad earlier until Big Mo came in. Then now it's only a 2 difference on that. But the Dons just 8 out of 27. You just can't do that. 4 out of 8 from threes, though. That's pretty good.
3 out of 4 for Justin Hawkins there with 9 points to lead the way. The turnovers, with 9 turnovers right there. Some of those balls forced underneath, but for the most part, when the offense was running itself out here, they got good shots early, and they got some good looks.
They were getting in position, I think, for good shots, but they're not taking it aggressively enough to the glass. They look like a lot of the times they're thinking about getting fouled instead of thinking of making the shot.
Changes perhaps for the second half. Coach Fife in the locker room right now. Defense, obviously, they want to cinch it up a little bit, get a good grasp on Shilb and a good grasp on Coe. Coe hasn't hurt him so much points-wise, but has always got to be aware of where he's at out there.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the ball every time he touches it. He did it. I had one pass in the first half, but that was late because it was for the very last play. They were giving it to Shilb to take the last shot.
Right.
That's the only reason he passed it. I think if he hadn't passed it, he wouldn't have played anymore. But offensively, I think one thing we have to look for on the Dons is, you know, they're putting in a new motion offense, and sometimes when something's not working well, you start to regress and you go to what you used to do maybe in high school or when you're just playing pickup games. And that's one thing the coach has to guard against, if these guys just don't start doing some one-on-one or two-man game.
Leading scorers in the first half, couple of guys, Shilb and Chris Logan in double figures for Loyola.
Logan, the big surprise there. He's not supposed to be a big scorer, and he gets 10 in the first half. That's, 8 points plus for them.
Right, and he had a lot of his points in that 17-0 run early on. Leading the way for the Dons, Justin Hawkins with those 3 threes has 9, and Carruthers with 6. Expected, though, that the 2 guys coming back would lead the way.
That's right. The 2 returning guys have 15 of the 21 points. That's about 3/4 by my math real quickly.
Okay, so the margin at halftime, 16, 37-21 as the Dons come back to the court, get ready for second half action. We're going to take timeout and get set for our second 20 minutes when we come back after another timeout. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names. Are you in there?
What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Back here for the second half of our contest tonight. Brad Brown, Randy Schiffman on UPN Fort Wayne. Comcast 19, Mediacom 7. We're also on cable channel 56. We'll get that score updated. It's Loyola 37, IPFW.
This isn't soccer.
21.
It's not 0-0 at the half.
Over at
But there were
Hefner
some great opportunities.
Very nice. Hey, how about this at halftime tonight? It's homecoming, of course, with game number 1 here at the Coliseum. Our man Zelko Edgerich, Big Z, crowned homecoming king tonight.
Well, you know.
How about that?
And he did score 2 points.
That's very nice. Caitlin Schiffley named homecoming queen here.
No relation.
Very nice. Schiffley. You didn't play a hand in that? No?
No.
All right.
You know, Schiffman, last name, my middle name is Lee. So
wow.
We got some synergy working there.
So congrats to those folks for their participation in the homecoming festivities. IPFW with their starting 5 here to start the second half.
Last year, wasn't Fabiana Souza the
She
homecoming
was.
queen?
Absolutely.
Our former sports intern.
Spent some quality time with us this spring at Wayne TV. 3 more for Hawkins. Can't get it to go. And it's Patrick taking the rebound out of there for Loyola, who also bring their starting 5 out here to start.
I'm glad he's still taking the shots, though, Brad. You know, he's got that the open look. If you're hitting shots, keep taking them.
Hawkins hit 3 threes to account for his 9 points in the first half. Don sticking with that man-to-man defense that we're going to get used to seeing this season. Down to 10 on the shot clock for the Ramblers.
The Dons need to get one of those spurts like the Ramblers have had 2 tonight.
Logan misses.
In order to get back to this game, that's over the back on 52. That would be Kyle Patrick.
And that's going to be the big man's 3rd personal foul just a minute into the second half.
Good day, mate. The Australian's going to be heading back to the bench there now. You know, we were talking a little about the Australian players, you know, the IU, Ben Allen, and the team IU played last night. Nicholls State had 4 players from Australia. A lot of kids are coming over now to play in the United States. So much opportunity. And you know, more slots available when guys go to the NBA early.
Absolutely, an insurgence of overseas players from Australia and from Europe, and we're even starting to see some of those players from the Far East trickle in.
And you wonder if Dane Fife maybe is going to try to tap into an overseas pipeline.
Foul on Blount that time, so a couple of quick fouls on the Ramblers.
Carruthers, a good aggressive move again. He's another. Sometimes last year, and I think maybe it's because his shoulder wasn't 100%, he settled for some three-pointers. He's been taking it to the hole every time tonight. Every shot he's had, I think, has been within 3 or 4 feet.
And another hand check foul on Logan, so 3 fouls in just 76 seconds.
You know, a way you can catch up is at the free throw line if you can hit your free throws. Don's 1 out of 4 from the line right now. Really, the refs haven't been very big with the whistle tonight. There's Carruthers, tough shot, but again, he's taking it inside, Brad, and that's exactly what you want to see out of an athletic, slashing type player.
Hugo's Glass, 4 out of 5 from the field. Now he's got 8 points on the night as the Dons get it back within 14, and the refs going to bring those whistles out here in the second half.
Well, you know what? The little balls were drying up on the inside of the whistles there, so they're getting them going again.
These guys want to get their money's worth for game number 1. First personal on Carruthers. First foul on the Dons here in the half.
Wide open Logan.
Going to be fouled going up underneath. Get himself to the free throw line.
That's a good foul by Best, though. Don't give him the wide open layup. At least make him earn them.
Pompey, the personal, actually only called 11 fouls total in that first half.
I'm serious. You look at Logan, they list him again at 6'6". I don't think he's over 6'4".
But
he is strong.
We're sticking with 235, though. We're going to go with that.
Depends what he had for the pregame meal.
That's right. Misses on the back end of a pair of free throws.
That's like I used to, when I was at the University of Florida, Charles Barkley was playing in the SEC then. He was about 290 back then, and they listed him at 6'6". He's about 6'4 1/4. Didn't matter, though. He could still play power forward, even in the NBA.
290 might have been light at that point, though.
You know, it's just, a lot of times it's how you use the sides. It's not the height,
right.
It's the size, it's the thickness. Look at Q again. Ooh, don't know how he missed that layup.
Took it up with the little finger roll, but couldn't get it to go in.
Might want to use the glass there. Always easier if you use the glass.
Great first step on that opportunity, though. Young, Best, had him. Can't get it. Second chance, though, for Levin.
Again, though. Young just making a lot of space on the inside, and even though he doesn't make the shot, he opens it up for Levin to come in and tip it home.
Cleared things out there.
Let's back up to 16.
39-23. Hawkins, little turnaround. No. Young with another board. He has 7 rebounds to go with his 7 points.
This is what I was talking about at halftime, Brad. get a little worried that the Dons are going to get away from running the offense that Coach Fife wants them to run. A little one-on-one going on right now.
Blount called for the carry out there. Second time we've seen
carries tonight.
Second time we've seen the palm called tonight.
A lot of times if they call it early in the season, the guys just realize that they can't get away with it and they stop doing it.
Good to see that the officials are making a note to keep an eye on that because it had gotten away from them in recent years.
Nice pick and roll.
Pompey can't
Gotta
finish.
use the glass again.
So a couple of shots right at the rim have not gone.
Wide open.
There's Logan. No. Pompey goes up for the board.
I'm surprised Logan pulled up that far out for that shot because there was nobody in his way. He could have dribbled it right to the basket.
Scott got it inside, basket, and the foul, and DeWitt Scott will go to the line.
Don't want to pat myself on the back, but yes, well, I do want to pat myself on the back. He used the glass that time.
And
softens it up on the inside.
Have an opportunity for the three-point play. Foul on Coe.
Got to chip away a little, down to 14, get it to 13. Again, first TV timeout will be in a little over a minute if they can get it down around 12. It's all, the coach starts looking at it in 4-minute increments. And if you can just shave a couple of points each one, if you can get it down, in the last 5 minutes, if you can be within 6 or 8, you're okay.
Converts the free throw and the three-point opportunity. So 39-26.
One thing I think Coach Fife has to be very happy with on this first night, the effort's been there, Brad. From the opening tip-off, the effort's been there.
Absolutely. Seen it from all the guys he's had on the floor, and we see Schilb and Carruthers banging down on that left block.
Schilb has quite a bit of size on Carruthers, probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches taller.
And just going on our program.
And he likes to post up.
Yeah, 220 versus 185, and Schilb looks significantly beefier than Q has to offer. But Q is about as athletic as anybody IPFW is going to put out there. And there he is with a block.
Great block, and he gets the steal as well, keeps it in.
And he'll hand it off to Pompey, who pushes it up.
So much for that size, huh?
Lost it off his foot. 3 for Hawkins. No. Carruthers trying to climb the ladder for the rebound, but Young snuck in under him.
Carruthers was up there, but Young just sized him out.
The man could sky for certain. We'll see Carruthers get up all season long.
Here comes a
shot. Kept it up. Couldn't get it. I'll tell you, we saw that on the scouting report earlier in the week here. That
literally says he will shoot every time he touches the ball.
And he did. Coach Whitesell right in front of us here, not exactly happy with that.
You're the coach. You know that he's doing that. You're the one who controls the playing time.
15 on the shot clock for the Dons.
Bit of standing around here right now for the Dons.
Taking a look. Scott
going one-on-one.
Drew the bump from Schilb, and he'll go to the line.
Bail out there.
So he'll get a couple of free throws, but he'll do it after the timeout. 15:50 to go, second half. Dons down 13. Back with more after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Out of our first time out of the second half. And
get it down to 11 here.
DeWitt Scott getting that one to go. His 5th point of the night.
Our broadcast location is right next to the Ramblers bench, and we're just listening in on Coach Jim Whitesell. But it's the first game of the year. We're just over halfway through, and he's already lost his voice.
And he's up by a dozen points. 11 now, 39-28. So
good start to the second half for IPFW.
So Scott with 6. Dons with a little 6-2 spurt to start the half.
Now they got to keep up the intensity on defense.
See if they can get it to stop here, and they'll have a chance to get it back down to single digits, where it has rarely been this evening.
Is he going to shoot?
He lost it.
Turnover, wide open.
Savely out ahead of the pack. He'll take it up, and it's down to 9.
Within double digits, Dane Fife just looking up at the clock. Now he's motioning to the crowd to come out. Let's make some noise. You can tell he's 26 and coaching his first game.
Absolutely, wanting a little bit of noise here at the Coliseum.
Motioning to both sides. You know he would just love to put the uniform on right now.
He'd suit up in a heartbeat.
Another block by Carruthers.
Out of bounds, Don's ball.
Wow.
Carruthers getting it done underneath there against Schilb.
And you notice that Mr. Coe is coming out. Coach Whitesell not happy with him at all.
They'll be taking a seat, and he's got about 2 assistants right here in a hurry saying, might want to pass.
And trust me on this one, because I've heard coaches say it to me, they'd rather see a bad shot than a turnover, because at least on a bad shot you have a chance of scoring.
So 15 minutes to go. Dons with a 7-0 run have gotten it down to 9.
Best wide open.
Ooh, kick ball though, as Scott looked for him and Schilb got a foot on it.
He was late on the pass though. You have to anticipate that he's going to make that cut, get the pick, and be open. You can't wait until he's open to pass it to him.
23 on the shot clock. And Carruthers taking it in. Scott on the line, long 2, no. And Schilb ends up with a board.
Yeah, Best could only get one hand on that. Look at Q with the pick though, 1-on-1 now.
Now the steal.
Got a man underneath.
A little trouble.
Got 3 guys underneath.
Got it to Hawkins. Justin says, whoa. Working around to Scott though, up and under and got it. It's down to 7.
They're using the glass again. It's working.
It's Coach Whitesell wants himself a timeout.
Brown's into it now too, Brad.
14:25 to go. 30-second timeout for the Ramblers. And a 9-0 run. We'll have the Dons down to 7. We'll take a timeout. Be back to the Coliseum after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Pizza! Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Right out of the timeout, basket and a foul for Blake Schilb. He missed the free throw, though. He got a pretty shot to get it back to a 9-point margin.
Don's on an 11-4 run, second half.
Scored 9 straight points before that basket by Schilb. Held Loyola scoreless for about 4 minutes. Here comes Scott again. No. Gets his rebound after a tip by Carruthers. Missed again. Third chance now for the Dons.
You know what, Fred, though? It's really the offense is feeding off the defense right now.
Savely underneath. Hawkins tied up, and there's a jump ball.
I wanted Hawkins to hit the floor because you know it's not a game until Hawkins hits the floor.
He's been there already tonight. And the possession arrow will give the ball to Loyola.
The effort has just been tremendous since they've come out of the locker room the second half of the Dons.
Giving up just the 2 field goals to Loyola here in the second half.
And the Ramblers may have relaxed a little. You build the big lead, you go on that run late in the second half, and you're probably thinking this game's over.
A 2 out of 8 shooting since the break. Shield taking it again. Can't get it. Rebound over there. And
Carruthers is doing a fantastic job on him. We've mentioned that Carruthers is 2 or 3 inches. Oh, my goodness, that was a shot by Savely with the left hand.
Gets everybody excited. Coach Fife jumping up and down for that one. And a technical foul called after the personal.
So this could be 4, 5, 6 point play here.
So
leads down to 7.
They called a technical on Shilb. He said something that was not appreciated by the official after the personal,
words.
I'm sure. Take a look again.
Look at how he uses the left hand, uses his body to keep the defender away from the ball. Throw it up there. It might go in. Good things happen. He knew he was getting fouled. The whistle blew already.
So Savely gets the field goal. It's going to be the technical free throws for Scott. He gets the first.
It's down to 6 points right now.
He'll get one more, and then Savely will still get his free throw.
And then the Dons should get the ball back.
And then the basketball.
So right now we've got us a 4-point play. If Savely hits it, it's 5. This could turn into an 8-point play.
13:20 on the second half clock. Make a mental note of that.
Well, maybe they're not going to get the ball back out of bounds because you would think they'd have him just shoot it by himself if they keep the ball. Still, all of a sudden, it's down to 6. It was 15-16 not too long ago.
Did you think when it was 17-2 that we'd have a ball game midway through the second half?
Honestly, no.
Savely's free throw cuts it to 4.
Don's hitting their free throws now, too. 7 out of 10. Missed the first 3, made 7 in a row. We talked about that early, too. But you've got to take advantage of those 3 points.
Getting the crowd a little bit into it once again. They go back to their main man, Shield. Coe, 3, no, rebound, underneath. Young got it.
Young is just killing him on the glass. He is just killing IPFW.
Leon Young, 7 points and 10 rebounds. Puts it back to a 6-point margin.
And Carruthers with another nice crossover move, got inside. Nothing to do with it once he got inside, though. Luckily, it went off of a Rambler.
Off of Levin underneath there. And here comes Essinger.
First appearance in the second half.
Tyler Best to the bench.
Tyler Best not doing too much in his first game. 0 out of 4 from the field. 1 rebound, 1 assist.
Deep inbounds to Hawkins. They've got 20 still on the shot clock. Savely puts up a 3. That's short. Hawkins, though,
another
goes after
offensive rebound for the Dons. That's about 5 in the last minute and a half.
Some good second chances here in the second half. Oh, Hawkins got tripped up trying to cut, and the pass where he would have been ends up out of bounds.
Man, that's not a bad pass because you've got to anticipate where the player's going to be. You can't wait until guys are open to pass the ball to him.
So Brad Pompey coming back in, young man from Elkhart.
Savely did a very nice job in his second go-around, a little better than he was in the first half.
Good stretch right there for him, including that great basket driving just a couple minutes ago. Coming upon the 12-minute mark. Crucial stretch here for IPFW.
I think Shilb's going to have the ball a lot now.
They're going back into Young this time, though, and stolen away. Pompey gets it. Trying to run. Taking a look. Gets it over to Carruthers. Can't finish. Underneath, Levin ends up with a board.
But Mo had 2 hands on the ball, and he let it go. If he just keeps hanging on to it, it's a tie ball, and IPFW gets it. The arrow's in their favor right now.
So an excellent chance. They come up empty there. Here goes Young again against Essinger. Little right-hand flip. Levin got up and no on the second chance. Mo the board.
Now, Mo's size really came into play there because Young was pushing him out of the way, but Mo doesn't matter. He can just go up, and it's just so hard to shoot over him when you're 6-7 inches shorter.
Those long arms helping him out.
Stuck looking for him to go to his right. Oh, I thought he could have just blown by Ko. Ko had no help.
43-37. Young got a tip as they're looking for Essinger inside, and another timeout. 11:25 to go second half. Don's down by just 6. We're back after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Coming back here, and there's underneath.
Good steal, good help defense there. That was Brad Pompey just coming and taking the ball away.
And now we're back to live action with Pompey
shot clock.
with the basketball down to 3 to shoot, and he stepped on the end line.
Good defense there. They double teamed him, and then, you know, the out of bounds line turned into another defender.
So the Dons and the Ramblers are stuck at 37 and at 43 with 11 minutes and change to go here in the contest. And Loyola trying to get it in again. Patrick is back in with 3 fouls, and he's fouled inside.
You can tell that he's played inside most of his life. Just look at his nose.
Been banged around there a lot.
Looks like a boxer.
Foul on Pompey. Couple shots coming up for big Kyle Patrick.
And after the Ramblers picked up 3 personal fouls in the first minute of the second half, only 3 since, and now it's 6-5, so both teams getting close to the bonus.
It's team foul number 5 on the Dons. Patrick hits the first free throw. We take a look at it again.
Stemming the tide a little after the Dons cut it to 4, lead back up to 7. Could be 8 after this free throw.
You see Essinger and the whole gang of them.
A little reach in there.
Pounding in there. So 2 for 2 on the free throws that time. 45-37 now as we are under 11 minutes.
Dons really need a basket here just to get that confidence back. After cutting it to 4, they had all the momentum going. Now, you get the timeout, you miss a couple of shots, the other team scores a couple times.
Lob to Essinger inside. He tosses it off of Logan.
Got a little too far under the basket.
Best back in for Mo.
But on the positive side, Brad, he caught the ball that time.
Hung on to it, made a nice little play to kind of reset things here. 14 on the shot clock, and Pompey to inbound.
Need to get something out of Best.
Carruthers, see if he tries to make it happen. Scott, nice little
move.
spin up and over the big man, but no, Ko the rebound.
It's a good move, good shot. Gonna make that one more often than not.
Pretty good opportunity there for the Dons. Ko with it again, ran into a double team and back out. And a 3 for Logan. He hit it. That's a big shot.
Boy, he's hit a lot of big shots for the Ramblers tonight.
Hit him early and hits one here at the midway point of the second half to put it back to double figures. 48-37.
And you wonder sometimes when you're down that much and you make a run, you sometimes just run out of gas.
Best, nice little move, but can't finish again.
0 for 5 from the field for Best tonight.
And he's had most of those 5 shots have been right there at the basket.
Yeah, and he had one open jumper from about 10 feet.
And working back to the block again.
Dons need a timeout.
Patrick gets 2 more, and it's a 9-0 run for Loyola. Coach Fife maybe going to try and get to that next media break, but he's still got another minute and a half before he gets there. Pompey can't get it.
And now all of a sudden they go one-on-one.
Well, Pompey got it back underneath in a crowd. Scott for 3, missed it, just grazed the rim.
That's a good shot. He had a wide open look at the 3.
Edgerich back in. Justin Hawkins will get what likely will be a quick break. Levin comes out as well for the Ramblers. We're down to 9:19.
I hate to pick on people, but really, Best, and that's not that I'm picking on him. You never know. He could be sick. We don't know, but I think he expects more out of himself, too.
Sure. 0 for 5 from the field tonight.
And only 1 rebound, too.
So Dons trying to keep things at bay here. Logan again on the move. Got it.
That is a great shot. That was good defense. That's just a great shot.
Chris Logan with 15 points leads all scorers, and the lead goes back to 15.
Savely getting ready to come back in. He provided a good spark when he was in earlier.
Best takes it back in there again. He's fouled before the shot.
He will get the one-on-one. That's a 17 foul. Sometimes a free throw will break it open for you.
4th personal on Patrick.
He's going out. Looks like Levin's coming back in for him, number 44.
So they'll switch out their big man, and it will be 1 and bonus for the Dons.
Sort of disappointed we haven't seen Pierre Parker. Here's Best working inside. Got Patrick to leave his feet.
Good shot fake.
Ball fake.
Tyler Best now 6'9", junior.
Got to take advantage of the free throws. Got to stem the tide a little. It was down to 4, and it's back up to 15.
Hits the front end.
Run. So that stops that. That 11-0 run took a little gas out of the Dons. It's also taken a lot out of the crowd.
Had it pretty fired up in here when it was down to 4 points. See if they
Look
can
at Q with the rebound.
Get a spark one more time. Can't convert, though. Good effort.
Might have been better to take that one back out top, though, and get a little better shot right there. I understand when you're close, you think you're going to make it. And it was, he was close to making that shot, but.
We're down to 8.5. There goes Coe again. Trying to take it himself and lost it.
That's about the 3rd time he's dribbled it off his shoe.
Turnover number 11 for Loyola. Savely finds Best again. Put it on the floor. Got underneath. Second chance up and got it that time.
Finally gets one to go and got another rebound too.
So Best, his first field goal tonight. Comes with 8 minutes to go. 52-40. And Shilb inside.
Boy, that was a good move. Got Carruthers off his feet.
One of the top.
And at that point, that's who they're going to go to. He's the best player.
In the Horizon League. 3 for Carruthers. That one no good. Best runs it down. Well, you can see some guys starting to move a little slower out there right now.
Best is looking a little tired right now. He's logged a lot of minutes, and it's the first game. Oh, nice try.
Draws the foul there, and he'll go to the line. So he gets the personal on Young. And gets us to another timeout. 7:38 to go in this one. Loyola 54, IPFW 40. We'll be back after this. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
We only ask that you do your best.
And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names. The
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
At the free throw line, Tyler Best getting set to shoot a pair.
Could trim the lead back to 12. Brad, looking at the stats tonight, virtually identical. How many shots each team has taken, how many three-pointers they've taken. Free throws are about the same. Rebounds, turnovers, assists. The one difference, the Dons are shooting 28%. The Ramblers, 45%. It's simple as that. They're making more shots.
Only 14 of 50 from the field for IPFW. Just 6 of 23 here in the second half. So even with that effort that got it down to 4 points.
Savely almost coming up with the steal. He's really provided a great spark in the second half.
Great effort here after the halftime break. Work it down low again.
Going one-on-one, he's just backing Carruthers down.
Logan missed
Finally misses one.
Ball on the floor. Coming up with it there is Scott. Good hustle. Gets it out.
Get it to Savely. He knows how to run the break.
Q trying to hang on to it. Lost the dribble, though.
Went 1-on-2. Now here's a 2-on-1 the other way.
Logan took it up. Hard foul. Didn't get the shot.
Savely got him from behind. Not a bad foul.
Prevented the field goal. Go to the line. Make him earn it there.
I know Carruthers, and any good player like Carruthers is going to feel that way. Doesn't think that anyone's going to stop him one-on-one. But at that point, he might have been better just taking it a little easy, because right now they've got to get quality shots, IPFW. Great play on the defense to get the ball.
7 minutes and 2 seconds. Chris Logan back to the line. First free throw of the night for Logan, and that's point number 16.
Dons have to hope they have one more run in them. Again, they're down by 13 right now, 7 minutes to go. Once you hit the 5-minute mark, you got to be around 8 points, 10 points.
So 14 with 7 to go. See if they can chip away at it one more time.
Now the Ramblers, pretty good free throw shooting team, 7 out of 11 tonight. And the guys who are their bad free throw shooters aren't even out on the floor, so most of the guys out there can shoot it from the line.
Best back with it again, taking it in on Young.
Double team, somebody's open.
Carruthers, 3 at the top. Q got it.
Good play by Best that time, Brad. He got double teamed. That's a more experienced player, though, than Big Mo Edgerich. He saw the double team, and he knew where the man was open.
Carruthers now in double figures with 11. Dons with their 5th three-point basket of the night. Back to 11 points. Young again. Did he take a step? Yes, he did. Trying to take it one-on-one again. We've seen a lot of that from Leon Young tonight.
Here comes another chance for IPFW to get it within 10.
11 the margin right now. 6 minutes and 15 to go. See if Carruthers, Savely running the show. Savely got it to Best. Almost turned it over.
Thought about taking a three-pointer there.
18 on the shot clock.
Plenty of time.
Carruthers, Best, tip from behind, and they get the steal. Blount comes up with another one. 5 steals, now 6 for the Ramblers.
Got to step up as the guy receiving the ball. You just can't wait for it to come to you. You got to take a step forward and make sure nobody gets there before you do.
So we've gone under 6 minutes now. Over the top, Coe, the drive, the dish, Young, the finish.
That's too easy. That's way too easy.
That's what Loyola's looking for, and back the other way fast. Carruthers took it all the way to the baseline. Hawkins, 3 at the top, another one, no. And a rebound for Coe. That would have been a good one for the Dons to have at that juncture.
Just short, and that'll happen later in the game when the legs get a little tired.
That would have cut it to 10.
I'm almost surprised Eziger hasn't come back in, just because they could use the rebounding and the defensive help right now. They've got some guys out there who have been scoring, and it hasn't been coming from the post. So, and Lo and behold, there's Big Mo
There
getting ready to come back
right
in.
back to the scorer's bench. Inside again, and 2 more for Young. And he's in double figures now with 11 points and 11 rebounds.
See, that's just too easy, and I think the Dons are going to take a timeout here, probably a 30. We'll see.
So we're just under the 5-minute mark. 60-45 on the board.
Coach Fife not happy at all with the defense right there.
And a 30-second timeout for IPFW.
The defense was key in the offense earlier in the second half, Brad. Right now, the defense not doing the job the last 2 or 3 times down.
So right as the Dons got it down to a 4-point margin at 41-37, that was with about 13 minutes to go. Then Loyola went on another 11-0 run.
And that 19-8 total since that point.
So that has extended it to this 15-point margin right there. So really, the second half just has been a game, 14-2 run for the Dons and then back 11-0. Just kind of that spurt one way and spurt back the other.
And we were told there was going to be a lack of offense, and and the main place where the offense is lacking right now really is inside. Dons have almost no points in the paint tonight.
On our stat board in front of us here, we're seeing 12 in the paint. And that includes a couple of shots maybe from 10 or 12
from the guards,
feet
like
away.
Savely made the layup, and Scott had a couple inside.
A couple on the drive. No real points from the post per se.
Best had the one.
That's
he had the one
it.
layup, and that's
correct.
it.
Yep.
So.
And again, shooting percentage is going to probably be what it comes down to at this point. 46% for Loyola right now, 28 and change for IPFW. Hawkins another 3. That one long ends up as a pass to Essinger, though.
We'll give him an assist on that.
So he'll take it. Essinger with his first points of the night. 60-47 with 4.5 to go.
Really, if you're IPFW now, you can't give up but another 5 or 6 points the rest of the game and have a chance to win.
They need one of those.
Even if you give up 5, you've got to score 20.
About a 10-0 run would make it interesting. Young can't get it, and Essinger gets another board.
Again, you notice how much more difficult it was for him. Yeah, he muscled Mo a little, but he couldn't get the ball over him. He changes the angle of it.
Carruthers drive, stop, ball up on the rim. No, and another board for Young. He's got a dozen rebounds.
That was a good shot and a good tip.
Lob inside. Coe there, couldn't get it. Essinger misdirected it, tipped it out though. And it will be basketball to the Dons after another timeout. 3:54 to go, another break for us. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
For the final 4 minutes of this one, Brad Brown and Randy Schiffman here with you on UPN Fort Wayne. Dons down by 13 with the basketball. Savely takes it in, pulls up, and got the roll.
Very nice. Initiating the action there, trying to draw a foul, but you get that close, you should make that shot.
A little full court pressure
Almost
now.
caused the travel right there by Levin, but he picked it up and got rid of it in time.
Ramblers got it across.
Little scramble defense going on here right now, too.
Turning it up just a little bit. making Loyola work for it here these last 3.5 minutes.
Coe hasn't shot for a while. He passed again.
Another pass inside, and Hawkins a steal.
Really, he's not so good at passing.
That's why he shoots it a lot. Essinger and Coe tied up underneath. Dons will keep it.
Now, see, that looks like a good idea because you got a big guy open underneath. But again, Mo just doesn't have the best hands. And that's a very tough play for him to make underneath.
Work in progress, as we've said all night. But he's showing his athleticism at the defensive end all night long.
Oh, he's been terrific on the boards and changing shots.
He's got the basketball now.
They're a different team when he's in there on defense.
Savely, 3, got it, and it's down to 8.
Down to 8.
3 minutes to go.
Well, Savely has done a great job tonight. 10 points off the bench.
All 10 of those points right here in the second half.
3 players in double figures for the Dons now. Savely with 10, and he's got a steal.
There he goes.
He's going to have 12. It's down to 6. There's no give up in this team, Brad. That's the best thing we've seen out here tonight is the effort, especially in the second half.
Another run for the Dons of a 9-0 margin. Has it down to 6.
30-second timeout here, so we'll stay with you on UPN Fort Wayne.
Coach Whitesell wanting to talk it over with his team, and I'll tell you what, the one thing that we can remember, if you think back to Fife's playing days, he was as tenacious a player as Coach Knight/Coach Davis had in that lineup for his 4 years.
Here comes a replay of that last basket. You're going to see Savely with some good hustle, and that's really what he's done all night. Some great pressure defense. The Dons pressing, getting in front, cutting off the passing lanes. There he is reaching around, not getting the foul, and he went in for the uncontested layup. The defense was the big part of that play.
All 12 of Kyle Savely's points here in the second half. He's now the leading scorer for the Dons. Carruthers with 11 and Scott with 10, also in double figures.
You were talking about the way that Fife played, and I'm almost surprised when they fell behind by so much early, and then again late in the first half that he didn't get a tee, maybe just to wake the team up.
In his first game.
That was the over-under, I think, on the first tee.
Half again.
He's kept the coat on all night, too, and the tie. We're very proud of him.
That's impressive, yeah. We'll see a number of nights, I'm sure, while that jacket won't make it to halftime.
And he will pick up a tee at some point. He knows that going in.
That's just natural. The crowd back in it again now. Dons looking for one more stop here. Inside and a foul.
Late whistle.
Thought perhaps an extra step by Blount in the middle there, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Good move by Blount because they haven't been hitting shots the last couple of minutes. Just take it to the hole. You get an easier shot and you might pick up a foul, which you did.
We talked about Loyola's shooting prowess all evening there. Hung around 50% a lot of the night. It's trickled back to 44 now. And the Dons with some field goals, bang, bang, bang right here, have lifted their number up to
33%.
Respectable 33%, absolutely.
That's a lot better than 28. Hawkins coming out.
Like he might have gotten...
might be bleeding. The rule is if you're bleeding, you got to come out of the ball game.
Yep, he's headed down
Magic to Johnson rule.
That far end of the IPFW bench. Looks like he got himself nicked on the hand.
Dan Fox, the trainer, taking care of him.
So they'll get that wrapped up. J.R. Blount will eventually go to the free throw line. Looks like, they're going to have to either wait for Hawkins.
Yeah, looks like it's right under the eye.
Coach Fife wants to sub out, but he doesn't. So he's going to take a timeout. He's got one to burn. He's still got 3 timeouts left, so he'll take a 30-second timeout to give Hawkins a little bit of time to get patched up down there.
He wants to keep his best players out there right now. 2.5 minutes to go, and you're down by 6 points. You got to have your best players out there.
He's got that timeout to give.
We were talking Savely all of a sudden now the leading scorer for the Dons with 12. Carruthers has 11. Scott DeWitt Scott, very nice first game. He's got 10, and Hawkins has 9, all in the first half. 3 3-pointers. He's gone a little cold in the second half. He's 3 out of 10 now, and after being 3 out of his first 4 from three-point land, he's missed 4 in a row.
We knew Savely could score. He was an all-stater at Corrid in his senior year. I believe he averaged like 24 or 26 a game.
How about 7 rebounds for Brad Pompey, the guard? That's terrific. And Hawkins has 5 rebounds as well. Nice, and Carruthers is 5 too.
And if you look aside from Young and Levin with 12 boards and 10 boards on the side for Loyola, the rebounding's 39-38 in favor of the Dons tonight.
Yeah, no, Dons really
have held their own.
The first few minutes after they fell behind 17-2 have played very well. Could have quit, but they haven't.
Not at all.
I think that's a reflection of the coach.
Absolutely. So 2 free throws here and a miss by Blount. He was 2 for 2 earlier. Misses that one.
Right now it's a 2-possession ball game.
Still 2.5 minutes, so we got plenty to play out in this one. He gets the second. to put it back to a 7-point margin.
The only thing that might happen, and you know I'm not a fan of this, is that when you can stay this close, that it just turns into foul-o-rama. It's almost like they need a 24-second shot clock at the end of the game.
We'll see what kind of free throw shooting they can do, but Savely tossed one away there.
A little loose with that pass, a little loose on that pass. He's looking to be more decisive.
Looking for Hawkins, and it got picked off. So coming up on 2 minutes now.
But Brady just sort of floated that pass. And now he's going for the steal.
And with a timeout for Loyola. So Coach Whitesell will talk it over with another 30-second timeout. 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock.
Reset on the shot clock. No, they're leaving it at 21. I thought I saw the referee signaling for that. The Dons need to get a stop here. Again, we're down 7, 2 minutes to go. I don't think they can give up more than another basket.
It looked like just with the defense right there with Savely and Carruthers, they might be kind of in the mode to want to foul, depending on who has the basketball out here.
Well, going over their list of their bad free throw shooters, Tellender, who hasn't been in the game tonight, Parker, who hasn't been in the game tonight, and Levin, 62%. So they may go after him, though. You know, Blunt just missed one. He went 1 for 1 out of the line. Guy misses, foul him again, though.
Young actually 1 of 4 tonight, so
there's
perhaps
another guy you can foul.
If they dump it into the big man. Next stop.
2:01 to go. Dons down 7, have made numerous comebacks tonight. After the 2-0 lead, it's been an uphill battle.
Yep, they were down 15, got it back to 9.
16 at the break.
Got it back to 4.
Then they fell down, 12 or 14 again?
And got it back to 6, and now 7 with 2 to go. And here's their star, Schill, backing in Carruthers. Little fadeaway, an air ball. Ball underneath. Oh, big rebound, though, and the shot clock ran out because it never hit the rim.
Carruthers has really done a great job. He's given up 3 or 4 inches and about 40 pounds, and he has just done a great job.
Coach Whitesell even not too disappointed with that because, if nothing else, they took 35 seconds off the clock.
So now need a quick score.
Minute and a half. Savely.
High screen.
Looking for Hawkins. No.
That's not the guy you want to give the ball to right now.
Ball on the floor. Savely got it back. Pulls up. No.
Mo over the back.
On the back. Yep, he was underneath.
Essinger was definitely over the back. And I'm not trying to slam Essinger, but at that situation, that tight quarters, when he's got 2 guys on him, he's not the guy you give the ball to. Again, easy to say sitting here.
Absolutely.
A lot different when you're out there, things are going 100 miles an hour.
Third foul on Essinger. 1-1 coming up for Loyola. I guess perhaps the one advantage is Young is going to be shooting.
Yeah, and Don's still 2 fouls away from the double bonus, so this will be a 1-on-1. The next foul would be a 1-on-1 as well, but now it's the clock that's killing you. 1:22 to go. Good defensive effort, though. Only 61 points for the Ramblers in just about 39 minutes of play.
And they're going to give him another opportunity, a lane violation. Just a mental mistake there.
That's just horrible.
Tough break there because they had the miss and the rebound. And they'll give Young another chance.
If he hits him, that's crucial. If he misses him, you got lucky.
So he'll shoot the front end of the bonus again. And this time, got it.
That'll cost you at least a point. He sort of guided that one in like a little shot put action.
It is not the smoothest form by any means.
But it looks like a swish in the book.
That's right. 12 points and 12 rebounds. That's a pretty good line for anybody. Like
Mo stepped in the lane
again. And another rebound, but another opportunity. So twice.
And he stepped in the lane, and there's not even a player next to him on the line. There's just no excuse for that.
Mental mistake.
There's no excuse for that.
Coach Fife will take care of that by putting Big Mo on the bench.
And nobody's more upset than Essinger is at himself. And Fife barely has to say anything to him because he knows what he did.
So Edgerich will replace him here. So Young misses that one, so goes
3 out of 4.
1 out of 4 on that trip.
Except 2 of them didn't count in the book.
And
turnover.
Pompey dribbled it off his foot. A tough break there. Minute 15 to go. Coe back in. Replaces
now they're
Young.
putting Coe in a good free throw shooter. Good substitution. Nice move by Coach Whitesell.
So full court pressure for the Dons now. Get it into Coe. They'll try and perhaps run the clock. You never know with Coe. He might want to dash it in there and throw one up. Pompey going for the steal, out of bounds.
Nice move, almost had it.
1:06 now on the clock.
Dons have to get a steal here.
Still 27 on the shot clock. It'll be unless it's a shooting foul, it'll be a bonus one more time on the next personal. Here's Schlib.
There's the guy they went with the ball, and there's the double team. And
Savely going for it. Almost had it.
I'm not sure about that one.
Minute to go, and it'll be a 1-1.
Dane Fife had a good look at that one, and he didn't agree with the call either. It looked like Savely got over and knocked the ball.
Third foul on Savely. Schilb on the night with 14 points, 6 of 14 from the field. That's his first free throw.
There's a confident free throw shooter. There's the guy who wants the ball in his hands at the end of the game.
All-conference player in the Horizon League, expected to be amongst their top in that conference this season.
And that is a very, very good conference, so that's saying something. Kenny, first game for them too, so teams don't have everything worked out yet.
It's a 10-point margin with a minute to go.
And they're extending the defense, going to make the Dons use clock, and not going to give up the easy three-pointer.
3 for Pompey. No.
In and out.
Halfway down. Young underneath, couldn't hang on. And the Dons will get it once again with 45 seconds left.
45 seconds, 10 points.
Little much.
Yeah, Doug Flutie pulled off a miracle one time, but this would be a bigger one than that.
They can't score 6 at a time at this end of the floor. Pompey off the inbound. That one's short. It is. Levin with another rebound, his 11th of the night. And a foul, and this one's starting to settle in for Coach Fife.
And that gets the fans grabbing the coats and heading outside and saying, nice effort for the first game.
Absolutely, but not without seeing an incredible effort from these guys for their first trip to the Coliseum this season. I think when you bring Coach Fife over here to talk to him on the post game, that is probably something that will he will definitely address.
We were talking about Levin being their bad free throw shooter, and you saw that one wasn't even close.
First time to the line tonight. 12 points. Logan was 17 and Schilb was 16 for Loyola, leading all scorers. 0 for 2, but a rebound for Schilb. They'll try and
Savely with the steal. He's got some quick hands.
Savely all the way, a little high. There's Q with the jam.
Coach Fife was trying to call timeout, and they didn't get it.
Left it loose up there on the rim, and Carruthers flushed it down.
That might have been an offensive goaltending. It was awfully close. Q was just suspended in midair for a couple seconds.
Way up there.
Starts the night with a dunk, and he ends the night with one.
For Carruthers, he has 13 points now.
He's tired. He's been out there a long time, and just the defense that he's been playing on Schilb, that's what takes it out of you. The offense doesn't take it out of you. It's the defense.
Carruthers has played every bit of about 37 minutes tonight, from what we can tell. I don't know that he's had a break the entire second half. Free throw good for Logan, as he's got 18 on the night now.
Do start to wonder, though, next game, which is Monday, Southeast Missouri State, and we'll be back on the air Wednesday against Valpo. 3 games in 5 days. If maybe Savely gets a start, he really provided a lot of offense for them and some defense, too.
Very impressive effort tonight, coming off the bench. All of his points, 12 of them coming here in the second half. 24 seconds now.
Yeah, the Dons only had 21 points in the first half, so 35 so far in the second. Much better. He gets fouled on the 3.
Oh, mistake there by Blount will give Savely 3 opportunities at the line.
The final score is going to look a little closer than the game actually was. Yeah, the Dons got it close a couple of times, but the Ramblers have been in control pretty much the entire game. When the Dons got it down to 4 in the second half, it was 41-37.
Right.
That looked like, you know what, something might happen here, but then Ramblers just had another run, and that was pretty much all she wrote.
They settled in for an 11-0 run there in the middle part of the second half, and have had it up around double figures. And Don's got it down to 6 with 2.5 to go.
More than any other game I know, Brett, basketball is a game of spurts. And
we saw that
Ramblers
tonight.
had more of them tonight.
You bet. Had the one early, and had a couple of them here late. Take care of business.
How about Savely? 14 points, working on 15 if he can hit this free throw in his first game off the bench.
3 assists, 3 rebounds, probably 2 or 3 steals to go along with that.
Great form from the line.
And Coach Fife will take another 30-second timeout to set it up for the final 21.7 seconds.
Hey, you know they're going to foul somebody here.
7-point margin, so not completely out of reach with a missed free throw here and there. Will be double bonus, though, so they need a little help from the
Ramblers. They have to get a
Ramblers.
lot of missed free throws, and you're going to have to make some threes and get fouled on them and get the fours or get a technical.
As Randy mentioned,
21 seconds to go. Here comes the replay. Look at Q.
Good stuff.
That was really close.
Very nice. As Randy mentioned, Don's on the road next. Southeast Missouri State will be Monday night.
Not to be confused with Southwest Missouri State, where Steve Alford used to coach.
Correct. Our next telecast will be Wednesday night, right back here at the Coliseum. Thanksgiving Eve, 7 o'clock. Valparaiso coming to town for a Hoosier State battle.
And after a little Thanksgiving break, you know who the Dons get that Sunday, the 27th?
Some guy named Izzo.
Yeah, Michigan State. By Sporting News, the #1 team in the country going into the season, and Sports Illustrated had them 4.
So a rough schedule early on for Coach Fife. He's going to see some top talent in the first, before the end of 2005. Certainly, that game at Michigan State. They go to Toledo, another good MAC school.
Yep.
Notre Dame comes here on December 18th, the game that, of course, we'll hear a lot about in the 30 days between now and then. At Purdue, at Penn State, at Air Force, all of those before the end of the calendar year.
I don't know if before you came out here, did you hear how Purdue was doing tonight? They're playing Wofford, I
had
believe.
an 8 o'clock tip-off, so they're kind of playing neck and neck with us right here.
I thought it was a 6 tip. I wasn't
we'll
sure.
We'll check on the Boilers.
That's a team that could struggle this year, especially since they just lost David T.
Yep. Coach Painter going to have his hands full as well.
Thin at guard. Sabley's, nice move to the hole.
Take it in, and 2 more. Sabley with 17 points now. Cuts it to 6, but still 9 seconds left.
And they're going to take a full timeout here right now, and so will we.
So we'll work our last break in, 9.4 when we come back. One more break. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
To the 50, to the 40 of Dedham. He's going down the sideline, and it's a...
If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels. And with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
All right, back for the final 9 seconds of this one. Loyola to the free throw line with Schilb with a couple more here, and he hits the first.
He's got his average now.
17 points.
Logan, the one really who did the damage. Logan and Young, you get 32 points out of those 2 guys. That probably wasn't expected.
69-61. Savely kicks it out. Scott will take a 3, miss, and the final couple seconds will wind down, and that'll do it. 8 the final margin. The Ramblers take it 69-61. 3 guys in double figures for each team as the Dons, with a good effort to start the season, come up short on the scoreboard. We'll take a timeout, come back with our post-game, take a look at stats. We hope to hear from Coach Fife as well when we come back. You're watching IPFW basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Oh, yes, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40 of Dedham. He's going down the sideline, and it's a...
If If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels. And with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stomp Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Hey, Brad left his coat. I think he needs this. Brad. Welcome back to Memorial Coliseum, everybody. Randy Schiffman on his own now. Brad Brown had to go back to News Channel 15. He's doing the news tonight, so he had to get out of here. Coach Fife might be out. He's going to say he wants to spend a little extra time with the team tonight, so we don't know if we're going to have him on the post game, but whether or not, let's go over some of the stats. Dons lose 69-61. Again, they were down 16 at the half, cut it to 4 at one point, made a great comeback, cut it again late, finish up just 8 points behind. Kyle Savely, his first game, comes off the bench, 17 points, 6 out of 11 from the floor, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. He also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Great all-around game, and he really sparked the team in the second half. Then it was Quentin Carruthers with 13. Dunk to start the game, a dunk to finish the game, as you would expect. One of the guys who was, coming back from last year, really one of only 2 who played significantly last year. He and Justin Hawkins, you expect a lot out of him. DeWitt Scott in his first game, he had 10 points, and Hawkins had 9 points, all in the first half on 3 3-pointers. And the big difference in the game, though, you look at the field goal percentage. The Dons, plenty of shots. They got 8 more shots than the Ramblers, but they only hit a third of them. Not bad from three-point land. Assists pretty even. Rebounds were pretty close. A lot of those rebounds were at the end. The Dons hung in it all the way. Free throws, both teams shooting pretty well. And again, the Ramblers getting a lot of those free throws at the end. Both teams taking pretty good care of the ball. But again, the difference that you see is just in the field goals. You can't shoot 33% and win too many Division I college basketball games. That's something that's going to have to pick up in a hurry. The Dons have 1 day off. They play on Monday at Southeast Missouri State. Then they get a day off, and they'll be right back home. They play Valparaiso 7 o'clock on Thanksgiving Eve. Game that you'll be able to see right here on UPN Fort Wayne as well. Shooting, bad part for the Dons tonight, but again, we talked about it all during the game. The effort was great. This team was down 17-2 off the bat after taking a 2-0 lead, and then fell behind 16 points at the break. Cut it to 4, hung in there the whole way in the second half, and Coach Fife, who's talked about it from day one, he wants to see great effort out of the team, did get the great effort tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. We may have the coach out here. We may not. You'll find out just like we do in a couple of minutes. You're watching Dons basketball on UPN Fort Wayne.
Oh, yes, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40 of Dedham. He's going down the sideline, and it's a...
If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels. And with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum anum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back to Memorial Coliseum one more time, everybody. Randy Schiffman here, wrapping up the Dons' first game of the season, a homecoming loss 69-61 to the Ramblers of Loyola-Chicago, the 1963 NCAA champions. The Dons went up 2-0 in the first minute of the game on a beautifully designed play. Quentin Carruthers with a dunk, and then fell behind 17-2. Trimmed it to single digits, but then fell behind 16 at the half. Again, cut it down to 4 in the second half, but just seemed to run out of gas. Wind up losing by 8. Good effort for the team. First game under new head coach Dane Fife, and he's the kind of coach, and he has said it right from the beginning, he's going to want a lot of effort from these guys night in and night out. And they've just got one day to rest. Then they hit the road. They're playing at Southeast Missouri State, that one on Monday. Then another day off. They come home. They'll play Valparaiso. You can see that one right here on UPN Fort Wayne, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. You might want to take that game in before you go out and see friends and family who are coming into town. Gets a little tougher after that. Not that Valpo's easy. Michigan State. Some pundits picking them as the number 1 team in the country. That's at the Breslin Center on the 27th. That's a week from Sunday. And then Toledo, one of the fine teams from the MAC, one of the best conferences in the country. So the Dons really having a rough road to get things going here. And again, this game a little more important as well. They're playing a team, Loyola-Chicago, from the Horizon Conference, a league that they're trying to get into along with the Mid-Con. And Valpo, who they'll play on Wednesday, is from the Mid-Con. And Coach Fife has talked about it. So is Athletic Director Mark Pope. When they're playing teams from these leagues, they really want to make sure that they put on a good show. Had a nice crowd here tonight. They had a good effort on the court because they want to show these teams that, hey, you want us in your league. It's the only way to prove it is on the court. And they came close tonight, but not close enough. The final score again, 69-61. That's going to be it for me, Randy Schiffman. Brad Brown was here. He had to leave. He had to go back and do the news tonight. If you didn't get to see all the game, you want to get caught up on the rest of the sports, make sure you're watching Wayne TV. That's going to be at 11 o'clock. But for Brad, say goodnight. And for all of our crew here, thank you very much. Hope to see you again on Wednesday when the Dons take on Valpo. Have a great holiday and a great rest of the weekend, everybody.